各位，美國是強盜思維，他們嘴裡常說的一句話是：當你不在餐桌旁，你就在菜單上。那麼台灣在菜單上那是確定無疑了。那至於這個台灣賣掉的價格是多少呢？短短的一個郵件，原本呢是躺在希拉里私人郵箱裡的一個轉發的郵件，多年後变成了砸向華盛頓外交圈的一塊大石頭。回郵的人是时任美國國務卿希拉里·克林頓，發送郵件是他的得力幕僚傑克·沙利文。希拉里回復道：聰明，我們討論一下。郵件的內容是把2300萬台灣地區的民眾的命運明碼標價的擺在了談判桌上。川普從中國訪問回來之後呢，有了很多的底氣。當美國的媒体問他說習近平是不是說美國是一個衰落的國家呀？川普呢回答的那是相当的具有情商。川普是這麼說的，他確實說了美國是個衰落的國家，但是他說的是別的總統。
President Xi said something yesterday. He talked about, and he wasn't referring to the last 15 months, he talked about America's a nation in decline. And I said, you're right. But he wasn't talking about, because he said, what you've done in 14, 15 months is a miracle.
This was a historic trip. This trip overall was a 12 out of 10 for President Trump and for the United States of America. I think this was a goodwill trip. Whenever you can make an adversary into a friend, that is a great step. And that's exactly what I think we saw happen here. What a big win, not just for America, but for the entire world. So it was remarkable to see. They treated us wonderfully. The president was very happy with everything that happened. And honestly, I don't know that you could have asked for a better trip for the United States of America.
特朗普兒媳發布打卡中國長城照，直言難忘。5月13日至15日，美國總統特朗普訪問中國，他的兒子埃里克和兒媳婦勞拉一同隨行。在訪華結束後，勞拉在社交媒體發布了自己和丈夫埃里克遊覽長城的照片，並寫道：“很榮幸能參與這樣一次難忘的旅行。”
抬頭尋找天空的翅膀，候鳥出現它的印記，帶來遠處。
川普一家對於這次非常的滿意。總統是不能做一輩子的，可是呢，中國的生意是能做一輩子的，朋友們明白了吧？當然了，在美國兩黨都有一些台獨養着的反華的大傻叉老棺材板子共和黨前外交事務委員會亞太小組的這麼一個老棺材板子就說川普。
Yeah, it surprised me the way Xi Jinping kind of made a strong statement about, about Taiwan, how there will be no talk about that, and he doesn't want arms sales. So he's really pushing the president's hand here. And since the Taiwan Relations Act was passed, I think 52 years ago, we've had that relationship with Taiwan. And this is not a time that we need to back off of that. As we all know, Xi Jinping wants to be the world hegemon and make China the middle kingdom of the world, and everybody else be subservient to it. And that's just something that the free world will not allow. One thing on the issue of Taiwan, the reason this is such a big issue for Xi Jinping and the Chinese Communist Party, Taiwan is roughly an island nation of about 23, 26 million people. They have liberties and freedoms and they're a liberal democracy, and it's been that way for a long time. And so right 90 miles to 100 miles away, you've got a population of 1.4 billion people that are under the control of the Chinese Communist Party. And I'm sure those citizens over there have to say, why do we have to live like this? And Taiwan is free. And so the biggest threat to the communists are free-thinking people with a democracy, because they know they cannot survive with free-thinking people. And that's why China or Taiwan is so critical. They're afraid of people that think, because the Communist Party couldn't survive.
这个老轮子、老棺材板子，你怎么不说中国大陆的生活水平现在在世界上应该是数一数二的了？按平均水平来讲的话，中国人考虑的是为什么台湾每年要拿那么多的民脂民膏去养美国的这些老棺材板子？为什么要孝敬美国？买不来武器，光把钱交上了啊？为什么台湾人民现在20-30年、40-50年一直城市没有变樣啊，而物價漲了4-5倍啊？台灣人民總體的生活幸福水平有中國大陸高嗎？這個老棺材板子啊，你爬出棺材來看看行嗎？民主黨啊，前駐華大使伯恩斯，這是給川普在挖坑呢啊。
Does it look to you like that strategy, China's strategy, worked?
Well, you know, it's interesting, Jim. As you know, normally neither side would actually say anything in public about the meetings until the meetings had concluded. In this case, on the first day of the summit on Thursday morning, the Chinese Foreign Ministry leaked this statement to the press, or gave it to the press while the meeting was happening. It was clearly meant to intimidate the United States and try to move us off of our 50-year position in our one China policy. And unfortunately, I think the confusion now over what our policy is and what our policy isn't has been a short-term victory for China, for the People's Republic. In the global times, and you know China well, Jim, from having studied there yourself, this is the mouthpiece of the Communist Party of China. They were gloating today about the fact that they had pushed the United States into a new position, and they were messaging the Taiwanese, you can't rely on the United States anymore. So I think damage has been done. Very important, in my view, that President Trump go ahead with this arms sale package. There's bipartisan support on the Hill, and if he doesn't do it, we're looking at a major strategic move by the United States in the wrong direction. I think you could even say this could be the greatest mistake of President Trump's foreign policy in this second term.
发现了吗？两党都给川普挖坑啊，让川普赶快向中国表示强硬，赶快再恢复军售台湾。那他媽的川普不就白去了嗎？這些老棺材板子們啊，川普這個心裡話呢，你們這些貨啊，就是美國衰落的根源，是吧？那當年的民主黨其實早就想把這個台灣給賣掉了，朋友們啊。根據解密的希拉里的郵件是這樣的，當時呢他們呢建議用美國停止軍售台灣，不支持，不再支持保護台灣為籌碼，去換中國一米勾銷手中持有的 1.14 萬億美元的美國國債。這個設想在被曝光以後，狠狠的打了這個當時島內的台獨的臉。那麼台灣的代價就是 1.14 萬億美元。為了救活美國的經濟，只要是中國能夠把手中的國債註銷了，當時是要價 1.14 萬億。當然了，現在中國買美國的國債現在只有7000億和不到8000億了。 當年還持有，可能是當時2-3萬億吧。現在啊，賣掉台灣的話，1.14萬億的價格顯然就高了呀。中國說啊，那打個折吧，對吧？那就我手中持有也就不到7000億吧。啊，7000億，你覺得台灣的價格值這個價格嗎？反正是希拉里當時想賣，這是川普的老冤家，对吧？川普現在你想一想，你再不賣就砸手裡了，你1分錢也得不到了，對嗎？好好想想吧，川普。点个訂閱，咱們下集再聊。